What's going on, y'all? And welcome back to a new Magic Arena video. And what we have in front of us is a mono black mid-range deck that I brewed up. And as always, Scoobs, if you're looking for the complete deck list, then check the description. There'll be a deck list link as well as a typed up version just for you. And yeah, what? That's right, I do love you. Mwah. That's what I'm gonna say, Scoobs. Let's get into some pros and some cons of the deck. Let's start off with the cons. Look, you're gonna have a really hard time against any kind of like super fast aggro deck, like red deck wins, mono red deck. Like you're gonna have a hard time against that. But I think that most mid-range to like even control decks have problems with those kinds of decks if they've got a really good fast start. But that's really about it. I mean, you've got a really good matchup up against the other mid-range decks, against control decks. It's almost a shoo-in for a win. You have so much hand hate, like it's ridiculous. Okay, and then talking about the pros of the deck, you know, like I said, you've got a lot of board hate and a lot of hand hate in the form of like Eldest Reborn. This is such a sick card. This should have been a rare. This really should have been. Each opponent discards a card. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or a planeswalker. Then you take one of them from the. That's all I'm trying to say, Scoops. It's really good. Okay. I'm actually using Fell Specter because, surprisingly, I don't want to compare it to Nicol Bolas, but it has a Nicol Bolas-esque effect where when it comes out in the battlefield, each opponent's got to discard a card, or target opponent, I mean, but it's a 1v1, right? So, you know, they're going to discard a card and they're going to lose 2 life. And if you happen to get 2 of these bad boys out on the field, look, they're discarding they're discarding a card and losing 4 life. So that's 6-point life swing in a matter of 2 turns without you actually having to initiate combat or any of that stuff. So, you know, look, this deck does have a good matchup up against the Turbo Fog decks. And the reason I say that, Scoobs, is because it's just got so much hand hate. It really does. Like, Miasmic Mummy comes down, everybody discards a card. Doomfall, let me see your hand. Exile a Teferi or something. Fell Specter, discard a card. You know, Eldest Reborn. And then when you get into like the sideboard of the things, you've got like Duress, you've got Glint-Sleeve Siphoner to draw cards. Implement of Malice. I know you guys can't see the picture right there, but that's what the actual the artifact's called, and it's 2 colorless. It comes down. Tap 1 black, sacrifice it, and target opponent or target player discards a card, and then you draw a card. Like, that's actually really not that bad of a card. It's really not. It replaces itself and then forces your opponent to discard a card. So, I don't know. It's pretty good. I like it a lot, Scoops. I really do. And as you're going to tell in the matchup you're going to watch, I went up against a Tier 1 net deck, white-blue control. All I'm saying, Scoops, and they had Search of Azcanta on turn 2, like, almost both games, I think, right? And I still beat them. The last game was, like, it was pretty bad. That's all I'm going to say, Scoops. But anyways, look, love you, and enjoy the gameplay, and I'll see you tomorrow. Not bad. I mean, yeah, we have to keep it. We absolutely do. We got an Arguel's Bloodfast in our opener, so getting land flooded isn't actually the worst, but it just seems like whenever I go like mono black, I either get mana screwed or just land flooded. I mean, does anybody else have that problem? I mean, maybe I'm sounding like a little whiny biatch, but yeah, that's the problems I've got. So yeah, my opponent's thinking, do I keep the 3 land hand with all mountains and Beaumont couriers and stuff, or do I not? Getting low to the ground, getting Arguel's Bloodfast out. These Fell Specters, believe it or not, they go on top of each other. Meaning, whenever you have 1 out in play, then you've got 2 out in play, they lose 4 life instead of just the 2, which is pretty good. So it looks like we're going to go against a control deck here, which is totally fine. We've got Arguel's Bloodfast, and we've got a bunch of discard cards in our like overall 60 list here, so I'm not expecting game 1 to be terrible. I'm not expecting it to be the best, but just not terrible. All right, well, we gotta get rid of counterspell somehow. This is definitely counterspell worthy. Probably an Essence Scatter or a Syncopate. Yeah. 6, 9. 10. Kick a Josu? Worthy of a counterspell if you've got it. A Gear Hulk counterspell? Sure. And he's just like, ha 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 ha, I'm gonna win. You have no way to play Magic. I'm like, okay, sure. A commit, okay. Maybe my opponent's thinking that he's going to just commit and then use the memory portion, but if he does, I've got really good draws in this deck. I really do. Like, really good draws. There you go, buddy. 4 cards. Got 2 Arguel's Bloodfast in my hand. Sure. He really wants to flip this. He really wants to flip this Search of Azcanta. Like, that's really what he's trying to do here. He might just memory and get all the Arguels. Yeah, that's fine. I've got so much mana with these Cabal Strongholds. Ugh! Okay, let's go. Let's start off with a Swamp. Cabal Stronghold. Let's see what you got in your hand, buddy. 2 Teferis, a Seal Away, Seal Away. I have a Vraska's Contempt for the first Teferi, so let's go with the Search of Azcanta. This is game over, literally, unless he has a board sweeper. Yeah, unless my opponent has a board sweeper, it's game over. Like, literally game over. Oh, I forgot he's got a Search of Azcanta out in play. Duh, I'm a retard. I should have taken one of his Teferis. Whatever. Mamo is a goat. Alright, so how is he going to navigate through his turn here? He's going to take 16 on the next turn. If I happen to draw, like, a Liliana's Mastery, it's game over. Literally. Just
I know my
flat out lethal.
Keep up the pace.
So he's got at least 2 silhouettes that I know about. So we'll have to send in... Now he's got... I mean, he's got 2 land. He's got 2 unknown cards in his hand, which is fine. Good game. Oh, okay. It only gets worse, man. 4 Duresses, Glint-Sleeve Siphoners, Implement of Malice. Cards that are not very good against my opponent. I think Josu is not very good, to be honest with you. I don't really need the Never in returns either. I mean, I've got Eldest Reborn here. Miasmic Mummy, this is good against other mid-range players, but it's not very good in this matchup. I don't think so anyways. 2 cards. Couple of Fell Specters. Yeah, that's fine. This looks okay to me. So, Duresses are going to be great. All-time premium. Arguel's Bloodfast, all-time premium. Glint-Sleeve, same thing. Implement of Malice is great because it comes down early. When I sacrifice it, they have to discard a card because it already goes in the stack, right? And then I draw a card. So, in my opinion, Implement of Malice is not bad. These could be Sorcerer's Spyglasses, but yeah, I didn't want to make the deck so out of like budget that it was like just nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to play it. Doomfall, Dreadshade. Dreadshade's really good. He can end the game by himself. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll go 3 and 3. We'll go 3 and 3. Dreadshade's really good, but like he'll eat a Silhouette, right? A lot of the times he'll just eat a Silhouette or something of the sort. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we don't get land screwed, and hopefully my opponent decides that hopefully my opponent decides that playing such a high-end control deck, he should be playing in like a more competitive scene and not necessarily a free play scene. Like this is a free play scene. I mean, yes, it is competitive constructed, but it's still a free play scene. Now if he goes Search of Azcanta here, I kind of want to go Glint-Sleeve Siphoner, actually. Why? Because it forces him to have to use a Silhouette or leave mana open for a Silhouette. Otherwise, I just get to draw cards. Yep. Nope, we can't do anything. Let's get a Doomfall. Probably eats a Negate if he's got it. Or a Syncopate, one of the two. Watch him have like an irrigated farmland in his hand. Ooh. Cycles a cast out. All right, let's go. So I'm going to take the... I can beat one Teferi. He doesn't have double blue for his disallow. So I'm actually going to take a Silhouette here. This is the only card that punishes me for making that play, is not taking that Silhouette. I don't have any Aether Hubs in the deck, so I can't go like turn 3, draw a card. You know what I mean? And he still doesn't have the double blue, so we're going to Duress him. We're going to take one Teferi, and we're going to Doomfall him, and then take the other Teferi. All right, there we go. And we're already so low onto the ground as it is that, I mean, our opponent, we took out like half of his win conditions just like that. That's why I would almost never keep a hand with just Teferi in there, because you're opening yourself up for a can of worms. You know what I mean? Like, you really are. Let's go Implement of Malice, and then Implement of Malice. Seems really good. Yeah. You're going to discard a card, my good sir. You're discarding cards, we're drawing cards. My opponent might just concede. Like, I mean, look, you already lost all of your advantage. You know what I mean? I mean, if he top decks a Teferi, I'm still not afraid of it. I've got it covered with Eldest Reborn. This is like a sick, like, mid-range black deck, like mono black deck. Like, it really is, man. Another card. Outstanding. Yeah, discard a card, I'll draw a card. Seems really good. He knows that I know that he's got that, right? So let's go 5. Nope, we'll just go with 5, right? We'll go Dreadshade. And the Arguel's Bloodfast. Boom. GG. I mean, like a Fumigate gets him out of this, right? But not really, because I still have Arguel's Bloodfast plus the Eldest Reborns. And I'm going to take a Teferi out of this discard pile. Seems really good. Well, it's Graveyard. Graveyard. Wow. Okay, let's go. Draw. Oh, wow. And we draw a Duress. My opponent just can't catch a break here. All right, buddy, what do you got? You have Silhouettes? Because if so, I'm going to take them. A Settle the Wreckage. That's a pretty nifty play right there. So we'll go 6, 7, 8. Okay, we can put him down to 2. So we'll go to combat, attack. I'll attack in. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wish I could just keep clicking it, right? We are 1 away from lethal. Wait, so that's 11. Actually, no, we got lethal right now. Good game. Oh, there you got it, Scoops. Mono black mid-range. I just completely destroyed this control deck. I mean, you're thinking to yourself, yeah, it's because you drew really good. I'm like, well, I put the cards in the deck for a reason. I really do. Like, 4 Duress sideboard. Man, those implementing artifacts were just backbreaking. I mean, not only did they come down, they replaced themselves. They made my opponent discard a card. I draw a card, so he discarded all of his counter magic. I mean, that's all I'm trying to say, Scoops, is that this deck, I think is a lot of fun. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this pack opening, shall we? Well, I have to buy 2 packs now. I had to buy 2 packs because, yeah, anyways, I got a Elvish Clan Caller. Just give me the Lich. I want the Lich, the 3-drop Lich. I really want it. Start building decks from it. And of course, it gives me a fraying omnipotence. Well, there we go, Scoobs. Look, y'all know what I'm talking about, though, right? Love, peace, and chicken grease. Be safe. Thanks for stopping by to spend some of your quality time. And, yeah. Stay classy.